everyone and welcome to a new video on my channel. I'm Adam Ferns and this is a video which I really shouldn't make at the time I'm recording this, because the books I will be mentioning in this one I have read apart from the last three, because these are my Beast Quest specials that I'm going to be talking about today. Now, I haven't read any of these. Well, that is a lie, and everyone knows it. I have read most of these, just not three of them. I really should be recording this after I done part 8 Beast Review, but as I don't really have anything else to record, or can't think of any else at the time I'm recording this straight after part 7 Beast Review, by the way. I thought, why not just make it now and upload it after part 8 Beast Review? So that's what I'm doing. So, as of the time this is being uploaded, part 8 Beast Review has been uploaded. I hope it's good, and I hope I'm not upset by it. But I don't know. And with part 8 Beast Review up, and with Lucas reviewing his 24th special, whenever that will be, we have finally reached the gateway to being able to do Battle of the Beast Specials tournament. I have been hyping this up ever since part 4 Beast Review, I think. Part 4, part 3 Beast Review is one of them. It's definitely one of them. It's one of those three. One of those two. I've been hyping it up for a while, and because there's only 24 competitors in here, I thought, why not do a video on them? So this is a long introduction. This video is basically showing what beasts are competing in this, and basically saying who my favourite to win is. Bear in mind this at the time before part 8 Beast Review is out, so I do not know the last 3 very well. So I'm not going to count them into what my favourite to win is. But so yeah, let's get right into this. So first is, well, the first special, Vedra and Crimon, or Vedra and Crymon. These beasts are actually 2 beasts, and I've been kind of having an argument with myself whether they should be against each other or working together. I came down to the decision that for the first round, just the first round, Vedra and Crymon would need to tag each other in, you know, like a tag team thing, to battle their round 1 opponent. But when round 2 comes along, if they make it that far, along with the proceedable rounds, they would get to battle alongside one another. So their round 2 opponent, if they make it to round 2, will have to go against not 1 but 2 dragons. And this is at their current height now, which is around the same size as Furno. So that's going to be a problem for the round 2 opponent, but it should make them a formidable opponent. And I saw this comment in, I think, my top 10 battles from season 1 Battle of the Beast, that when I do my next one, I should make the ones that have a disadvantage a bit more advantage, and the ones that will have the advantage a bit less of disadvantage. I hope this is what you mean. So Vedra and Crymon will be tag teaming in round 1, but working together in round 2 onwards, if they make it that far. Okay, moving on to the second beast. It is Spyros the Ghost Phoenix. Now, this one is basically Epos, but with more abilities. I will say, though, like with Epos and what will be Falra, when she is in Battle of the Beasts, she can't regenerate. If she dies, she dies. That's all I need to say, really. Up next is Arax the Soul Stealer. Just a giant bat with a whip. I can see this being a rather formidable opponent, as it could take his opponent's souls with the whip. But that's it. Like, you could possibly kill them then, but like, they can kill you before that though, because it's just a whip. And as we saw with Sultra, whips aren't the most reliable weapon, especially against a giant rock figure. Yeah. Up next is Kragos and Kildor. Yeah, I'm going to need to rewatch my beast review on this because I actually can't remember anything about this beast. It is so forgettable. It might do good for Battle of the Beast. I will say though, it would be as the demon, not two separate. What are they? A ram and a stag. Not a ram and a stag. It's just going to be together as the actual beast. That's what I'll be doing. That's what the kind of beast will be using. So yeah, moving on. Kreta, the Winged Terror. Kreta, everybody, yeah, Kreta. I don't know what to say about Kreta. It's been ages since I read this book, because I read so many other books before that. But yeah, Kreta, I can see being a rather formidable opponent, having very few weaknesses. And I could possibly see this thing winning, as it can change its shape because it's made of hundreds and millions of insects, which are called Stabias, which are deadly. So this one does have a chance. Up next is Mortax the Skeleton Warrior, my personal favourite out of these specials. And yeah, my personal favourite out of these specials as of now. Yeah. It looks like it is ready for battle, and every single battle will be inside his combat arena, just with a different terrain each time. So it doesn't necessarily mean he has the advantage, but he kind of does. So yeah, that's something he has going for him. That and the more beasts that are in this area, the more power he gets because he can control them. Oh, I did not think that through until just now. So what I'm guessing at is, from how I'm probably going to be doing it, I will be talking to Lucas about this after this is uploaded. So at the start of the tournament, depending how many... So let's say he's at the 5th battle in round 1. He will have the power of not himself and take away 4 other beasts. So that is 18. He has the power of 18 beasts in that arena to use against his opponent, including that opponent's strength. That is ridiculously broken. But that can also be his disadvantage though, which is why I think we might accept it, because even though it's an OP ability at the start of the tournament, it can be his downfall, let's say, when he gets to the final 4. Sorry, we won't get to the final 4 because it's 24. When we get to the final 6, because he will have the power of 5 beasts. Plus himself, so that's 6. Not necessarily unbeatable, but he gets weaker as the tournament goes on. So that could be his downfall. So I don't know if we're going to go along with that ability, but if we do, that is so broken. Okay, moving on to Ravira, Ruler of the Underworld. Now, due to my beast review on this, I hated it. And for this reason, because she barely has any ability or strength coming from her alone, I think I do need to add her hounds as kind of like a handicap. So, I mean, Ravira is like Vedra and Crymon. Like, can be bad by herself, but could be really strong with an army of doggos. So, if we're going to be using the dogs as a handicap, most likely we'll be giving Ravira probably 10 dogs, maybe 15. I don't know. Everything I'm saying here will be talked to Lucas about after this is uploaded. Moving on to Raksha the Mirror Demon. This one straight away is overpowered. It has the power of, well, the strength of 6 of the 6 good beasts of Avantia. It has the strength of the 6 good beasts of Avantia, which is going to be a problem for its opponents. And if it had the abilities, I'll be talking to Lucas about this. If Raksha has the abilities of these beasts, Yeah, no regenerations for Raksha either. But other than that, fire resistance, really fast, can't fall from a high height, even though it's probably not going to. Can survive strong winds and storms. Vorak, I'm looking at you. And blistering cold, Yakarix. It has something for every beast. So that, like Mortax, is broken. I need to speak to Lucas about these stuff, which I will. Moving on to Grashkor. I think to show him sympathy, he will, even if he's away from the prison, he'll have the strength of the prison with him. But I don't think he needs it. He's proven to be really strong and packs a wallop of a punch. If anything, I don't think he actually needs the prison to help him. Hold on, let me put this down here. But if we're going to include the prison, he's going to be just as threatening as Raksha and Mortax. So we're not even halfway through, and we already have some very threatening opponents. Next is Ferrock the Iron Soldier, another threatening opponent. Metal Bits of Lava. He has his own servants. Like Rivera, I will give him some servants. I'll be talking to Lucas about it, of how many. But other than that, Ferrock is basically a giant soldier made of metal. There are some beasts which... Oh, hot metal. There are some beasts which will be okay with it, and some beasts which will die from him. But Ferrock is going to be a rather threatening opponent, as from what we saw with his few weaknesses, he doesn't really have much weaknesses. Moving on to Victor the Deadly Archer. This thing is made for beast hunting. He's going to have his horse Osator. I'll be talking to Lucas about that again. Basically anything I'll be talking to Lucas about, okay? I'm not going to mention it anymore. This thing is made for battle. And with that, he may be a formidable opponent. But to go along with his size compared to the other beasts that I've already talked about, he's gonna be at the size disadvantage, but I don't think that's gonna affect him very much. But we'll find out when we get into the tournament. Moving on to Anaret, the first beast. This beast is apparently the most powerful. She hasn't really proven that in her book, but looking at her design along with the abilities I listed down for her, she'll be fine. I think I got some ideas in mind. Nothing particularly special going to be coming from this beast, but this beast may be a formidable opponent, but maybe she's getting too old for this kind of stuff, so maybe she'll be at the disadvantage of being too old. But with age comes experience, so she may be okay, she may not be. We're halfway through this now, and we already gone through 12 beasts. Any one of those 12 that I could have said could be the winner, or any one of the 12 I didn't say could also be the winner. It's gonna be a tough one. With all these battles, I think it literally depends what their opponents are to decide who's going to win. Because if, let's say Okawa the River Beast, if he gets, I think it's 6, maybe 5 to get up to the finals. It's most likely 5. I'm not counting it, by the way. If he gets opponents which he would obviously win against, then GG, he's won. It really depends on what his opponents are and what they can do to see if he can actually win. All these battles could be unpredictable. So that's what I'm really excited about for this tournament especially. And Okawa, this is technically the third special I ever read. Yeah, the first one I got was Mortax, second one was Veteran Crymon, third one was this one. Yeah, I know I got it out of order, okay, give me a break. This one, I always remember being a good beast, but I didn't remember it being really good. It was really good. And this one, when I first read it, I was like, wow, this thing's actually really strong. I'm scared. This thing, Okawa, compared to others, doesn't seem as intimidating. But he is. He can be a very lethal weapon. Moving on to Skolo the Bladed Monster. Now, unfortunately, I would love to talk so much praise about this. But I need to be honest, compared to others, he's not really the best. Because, like, his abilities are good. They could help him. They could help her. But, at the end of the day, her abilities could be countered by whatever this mind thinks of. But then again, this mind may be a bit biased to this beast because it is a bug beast, and I like my bug beasts for some reason. I don't know why I like them, I just do. Moving on, Jakara the Ghost Warrior. Now, this is the smallest out of all of these special beasts. Which could put Jakara at a disadvantage due to, like I said, with which beast was it? Was it Rivera? Oh no. Like I said with Victor, this beast could be at a size disadvantage due to her height being rather small. But me and Lucas had a counter to that. Like Victor has his horse, Jakara will have technically two. The opponents for Jakara would need to beat Jakara and then Jalka, which is basically two beasts in one. So, or two battles in one. So that will be a problem for Jakara's opponents, which can give Jakara enough time to beat her opponents. And I'll be talking to Lucas about this, but if he allows me, I should be able to be a bit sneaky because Jalka's ability is that she can morph with other beasts, items, or people. And let's say if she beats someone, or let's say if she beats Ferric, could she merge with Ferric for the next battle and have his abilities? Because if so, we're looking at a winner. Because let's say if Jakara gets to the finals with no skips. This is Jakara plus 5 or 6 victims. That's insane. Versus what? Let's say Raksha. Raksha is strong, don't get me wrong. But I think compared to what I just said, not going to stand a chance against Jakara. Moving on to Yakarix. Now this one brings a hailstorm with her. We actually agreed on this. Yakarix will be having a hailstorm or snowstorm with her throughout each battle. So, should be fine. Anything else to say? Not really. She's proven her strength really well in her book. But I think the weather she has on her side will help her out a lot. If she goes against Vorak, that'd be interesting. I might need to nullify the weather. Moving on to Tempera the Time Stealer. Now, straight away, has access to time travel. Me and Lucas do have a plan to use time travel. Well, I have a plan to use time travel. Lucas kind of gave me the idea for it, so Lucas had the plan. I'm going to go along with it. I'm not going to say what it is because it's really fun. But unfortunately, Tempera will not be able to travel back in time to kill the beast when it's younger because A, that is horrible. B, it doesn't work like that. Time travel doesn't work like that. I've seen Endgame, okay? I know what it's like. But Tempera will be able to use time travel. Just not to kill a younger version of her opponents, because that is horrible. Why would you kill a baby Falcor? Let's say, why would you kill a baby Falcor? So Falcor is the next beast I'm going to be talking about because, it's next. Falcor the Coral Terror. This beast has proven to be rather smart, along with a fair amount of abilities that can help him. As well as having an impenetrable scaly hide, and I'm going to say this just to be fun, being related to Torpix, or having Torpix be a descendant, it's most likely incorrect, but I don't care, okay? I like Falcor. With Falcor being the same animal as Torpix, and we saw the Chaos Torpix stun in Battle of the Beast Season 1. Falkor could be the winner, but like I said with other beasts, I don't think just being the same animal as Torpix is going to help him. So Falkor, even though being the same animal, may not win. Which will be good because it'll give other beasts a chance, but it'll be bad because my snake would die. I am weird today. I'm in a very giddy mood today. I have a severe case of the giggles. So up next is Kyrax. I said this in my review. I'm not a big fan of him, but it will not stop me from saying he has really good abilities. With the flying, the weapon hand things, like the Terminator thing, I think it's a T-1000, and the ability to absorb metal, some beasts are in trouble straight away. And if they don't have a strong hide like Magról does, Kyrax could win. But Magról may have a way to beat Kyrax, so if these two do go against each other, don't bet on Kyrax, because Magról might win. But then again, Kyrax might win. Kyrax, the Metal Warrior, does have some abilities that can help him against some beasts, though. Like, on the other hand, he needs to go to weapon-to-weapon combat because it may not help him. Moving on to Magról, the Ogre of the Swamps. Now, with the ability yes, you heard me right, ability that Magról has, it can't help him very well. But I don't think that actually matters, because even though his ability is kind of bad, it doesn't change the fact that he's pretty damn strong. He could possibly take a hit, even though he doesn't have an impenetrable hide. I think he can take a hit rather well. Let's say if it's like a punch or a pinch. Pinch punch. I think he might be fine. He might be fine. That's not promising anything, though. But if we're looking at it from a professional or a non-biased standpoint, I don't think Magról is going to win. Honestly, I think Magról will be lucky to make it through to round 2. So moving on to Vorak the Storm King. Now this one, like Yakarix, brings weather with him. But unlike Yakarix, it is a thunderstorm, not a hailstorm. If Vorak ends up going against Yakarix at one point, the weathers most likely will be ruled out. So they'll be just used in hand-to-hand combat. In which case, I think Vorak might have the advantage. But with the ability that Vorak has, I think he has the advantage even if it was a hailstorm in this battle and he doesn't have the thunderstorm. Because one key ability Vorak has, I think it's going to mean the difference between life and death for some of these beasts. Now, the last 3 beasts I'm going to be talking about, I have not read, so I can't really say whether they'll be good or not. I'll just be judging it on appearance and what their abilities look like to me. Okay, so let's get into this. Ospera, the Savage Sorceress. Now, obviously a magical beast, so a beast that can use magic. So I think this can help out. Like, it's more like a ranged attacking beast, whilst most of these are physical attacking. So if she can I'm going to guess it's a she. If she can keep them away or at bay, then she'll be fine. She'll be fine. She can make it rather far. But if not, she's in trouble. But I don't know. Moving on to Scalamanx, the Fiery Fury. Obviously the power of fire on his or her side doesn't. I'm going to say him. Looks like he can use the tail as a whip as well as maybe agile. But other than that, I don't think he has a chance of winning. Maybe a small chance, but I don't know. His name was only mentioned once in the main series, and it wasn't even describing how he fought. It's just something about the golden armor in series 24. No, sorry, something about the Circle of Wizards in series 24. Moving on to Petrix, the Winged Slicer. This is the final beast that's going to be in this tournament. And the second this is reviewed, my job on Beast Review for these specials are done for now. And then the tournament can get underway as soon as Lucas is done with his review on this beast. Now from the looks of it, looks like the tail and tongue can be used as a whip, as well as it can fly, sharp claws and teeth. That's probably all its abilities. I don't know. Kind of basic abilities compared to all the others. But I like to see what Petrifex can do, because this beast looks great. I want to see it do well. And with that being said, that is actually all of these beasts. That's actually all 24 of the competitors. Now, like I said, I'm recording this after part 7 Beast Review, so I don't even know what the last 3 can do. But if we ignore the last 3, I have a good guess who the winner can be, and I'm probably gonna say, if we're gonna include the shield ability tokens, Raksha. If we're gonna include the ability I said for Jakara, along with Raksha's ability, then Jakara, I think, will prevail if it's later on in the tournament she goes against Raksha if she does. I would love to see Mortax win, but the reason why I don't think he's going to win, because if he has that ability where he's stronger with more beasts in the arena, he could, he gets weaker as it goes along. Because I think the beast needs to be alive for that to work. So for that, Mortax I don't think is going to win. There are other beasts though which could have a chance of winning, like Creta. Creta, Akawa. Yeah, like with Ferrock, Akawa will have some minions. Yakarix, maybe. Kyrax to an extent, maybe as well. There are so many beasts which could win. Victor, even though being made for battling beasts, I don't think it's going to do too good, because I think the height advantage is going to get the better of him, because he doesn't really have an ability that can take the powers of a beast like Jakara or Mortax does. So I think Victor is probably going to get killed in round 1. Vedra and Crymon, I would love to see in round 2, because I'd love to have 2 beasts going against 1 beast. But because there are so many good beasts, depending on what their opponents are, chances are it's just going to be round 1 they make it in, where they probably tag out one another once or twice. But that's it. That's all they're going to be doing. Spyros, if she had her regeneration powers, I would need to give Raksha regeneration powers, and even with that, Raksha would still win. Spyros, unfortunately, you're going to be like Epos. You'll be lucky if you beat round 1. Arax, not sure. Kratos and Kildor, I don't even remember, so probably not. Cressa, like I said, maybe. Mortax, I hope so. Probably not, though. Rivera, I hope not. But has chances with the more leashes she has to her. The more dogs that are dead or severed from her lead, then the weaker she gets, so the more likely she'll die. So yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, and the other beasts are either I forgot to mention or probably not worth mentioning. Ferrock, like Okawa, could have a chance of winning. But other than that, I can't think of any other beasts that might have a chance in winning. I may have mentioned a beast that will win. I may have mentioned a beast that won't win. But my favourite to win, if we include all the abilities that I said, Raksha. But if we're going to include the abilities I said, who I think will win, depending what her first few opponents are, I think Chikara could win. But all the abilities I said do not count, apart from the ones that Lucas verifies. I think, I don't know. If we're not going to include any of these abilities, then Mortax might stand a bit better chance of winning. But I think I'm going to need to stick with Falcor, as it is the same animal as Torpix. So with abilities, Raksha. Without abilities, Falcor. Done. I'm probably wrong. I was wrong with my last guess, because last guess it was Carnivore. Well, it was Vespic. Then it was Carnivora. Then it was Torpix. God damn it, Carnivora. Why did you lose? But that is everything. So that is actually all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe. Please make sure to Leave in the comments below who you think will win the tournament. And I'll see you next time.